I would say last time in the waste, but this is a new beginning. And what we concluded after some work together to kind of create this adventure that we'd go on is we ended up in the urban ruin of Crater Town. And really, Crater Town is a small kind of trading center just outside of the true urban decay that is called the Rune. It's a ruined city, not overgrown like Kilo Sector, that kind of feel. It's more like what you're seeing in this splash page. It's gray and ashy and crumbling. And at the very center of the Rune is a large crater. And people think that, quite naturally, that would be the source of the destruction of the city. But whatever happened to the Rune and to this area that Crater City is up against, it happened quickly, and people left in a hurry. So it's provided a rich scavenging source for the Slaggers. The Slaggers are a faction of the Waste that are bent primarily as treasure seekers. They go deep into the Rune, and it's not for everybody. And the reason that there's still stuff left to find is the deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets, because of a phenomenon of this fog and this smoke and this kind of toxic atmosphere that doesn't necessarily make you choke, but it gained this reputation and this knowledge over time and experience that basically prolonged exposure to its atmosphere without any protection, like a gas mask, would eventually result in a psychotic break, and you would become feral, paranoid, and would succumb to what became known as breakneck. This condition where you turn fairly animalistic, and you turn against your fellow man, and you're kind of lost to your base nature. And there are certainly a number of Slaggers that have succumbed in their time, but those that learned how to navigate safely and kind of stick to their own, because this, as you can imagine, if you're scared that a person next to you is going to turn on you, you become paranoid in nature, as most Slaggers are. So they stick to themselves, diving deep into the Rune to collect treasures. And your crew was formed together by Jax, who is a chronicler, historian, has ties to the Biblionost, which is like these librarian faction of the Waste, and basically recruited you to be some assistance and some muscle as you went to Crater Town to meet Rutha. Rutha is a Slagger that Jax has done business with before, and we had that text RP where we walked through that conversation with Rutha where she kind of revealed what was so heavy on her, what was the burden she was carrying, and she kind of unburdened herself with showing you exactly what it was. And that was the fact that she had discovered a heck of a farm. It was this penthouse. I don't want to paint it as high of a tower as that, but these nicer apartments. And this nice apartment that was this creaking tower, she figured that people hadn't tried to get in there before because of its precarious state. And so she ventured up higher and higher and found this incredible apartment where she found SteelNet technology just like in the bedside drawer, which is crazy. I mean, the SteelNet is it's nearly magical to the Waste. And it is highly, highly valuable. She found this technology that she showed you, which was the smallest, like little ray gun that was a Pandora plasma arc that would just devastate whatever it targeted. And she said, I found this just in the nightstand table beside the bed. This is the kind of place that it was. And she tried to gather all she could. She managed to get a painting off the wall just in time before the Rangers actually found their way into this very apartment. And she fears that they may have seen her leaving with a rucksack on her back. And later, she read the back of the painting. There was a note, and the note read, "This is the end. I've saved all I could. and it had a series of numbers and letters that appeared to be a combination for a combination lock. And it says, "Hopefully the right heart finds this. May God have mercy on us all." And it was signed Luther Van Wyck, which was a big wig in steel net. So whatever this guy had access to, it was quite a find indeed. And she saw a vault inside of that apartment, and she fears that the Rangers eventually are going to get in, but the quickest way in would be with that combination, because it was a gnarly vault that was there indeed. And so they brought hardware to kind of break it, but she fears that they may be seeking vault. What's up?
Oh, sorry. You flickered out for a bit. I think it's on the end.
Okay. So here you were dealing with Rutha in the corner table of which, shout out to Kane, your little note on the image optimizer. We are going to remove a character for future adventures. And Rutha has joined you all here. You're at the corner table of the Crater to Grave, the local watering hole, tavern, bar, inn, whatever you wish to call it, this kind of gathering place for the lowly slaggers that kind of come in for a bit of rest. You were dealing at the corner table. She revealed her secrets. I guess the better configuration would be Dim keeping watch here, and Jax across the table, and Fang watching over their shoulders. And there you sat, and she basically revealed all this to you. Quite the exposition dump. Thanks for letting me do that in text RP rather than trying to get all the details nailed down here in the moment. But as we work that refresher, basically we come upon the moment where she says, basically, like, I have this incredible find. I have a treasure map with X marks the spot, and I know how to get into a door other people can't. And I'm carrying extremely valuable technology, and the Rangers are more than likely on her trail. So here we come to the corner table. It's dim. The sound of this place is like a low hum, as there are air filtration units kind of, taking out the, even at this distance from the rune, it's not terrible outside, but still, they try to be careful if you're living there. So inside they have these filtration units. Most of your conversation is covered by this hum. You sit there taking all this information in, and now, as the GM has the pleasure of saying, what do you do?
That's a big twist on our agreement, Rutha.
Look, Jax, I didn't know what would get. She goes on and she's nervous, and she said, I didn't know what would get out if I sent word that I had found something as valuable as this. I knew that you cared about things of the old world, and you cared about art, and I know that you've got a good heart and a good mind. So I didn't want to trust this with just anybody. The kind of, ultimate power corrupts ultimately. I didn't want to just hand this off and just hope that somebody. I wanted to know someone that I knew that I could trust, and I don't know what to do with this. I'm in over my head. So she's not like a scared little girl here. She's a, weathered and battled slagger, but she's one person and doesn't know what to do with what she's found, and she fears for her life.
As you should. What was that?
Did she go to this apartment? That's relevant.
That's an excellent question. It would take some time for you to travel and get there, so I'm gonna say a D6 plus 1 days, or D4 plus 1 days. So if you had come right away, but word would have travel back and forth. So about 3 days ago is when she actually there. She goes on to say that she's been in hiding and kind of keeping to herself and staying out of people's eyesight until this meeting. But she sent word, and you guys gathered and came. So about 3 days ago.
Yeah. I asked that because I wasn't sure if that would be rangers are still at the apartment or if they've like. Well, I'll have to do some scouting, but thought is go to the apartment with the combination and see what can do. But maybe that's too reckless.
Knowing the Rangers, I'm sure they found it. If they didn't make it in, they probably staked a claim around it and pushing any other slaggers out and away. The Rangers are ruthless. If they find something, they'll claim it, even if it doesn't belong to them.
They believe their way is best, and they will make it clear to others who disagree.
So, my impulse that we go scouting the neighborhood and see what we're looking at to get into the vault combination and all that.
Can you out scout a ranger? I know I brought you. You guys are good. But can we out scout rangers?
So,
I can't.
To give also clarity around rangers, we'll fill them out a little bit. Our table will have their own unique take, but kind of the base that we're working off of is like these are like the crazy militia out in the middle of Idaho that the government is scared to go to their compounds, because they just don't know what's going to happen, and they're just very devoted to their beliefs, and those beliefs tend to be at any means necessary. And so they're not necessarily all like terribly villainous, but if you get on the wrong side of them, they don't mind rolling over you, going through you. So that's kind of like the feel we're working with here. They would be trained, they would be survivors that could make their way, and tough, good fighters, all that. They're kind of like a paramilitary group that's formed, but they're not as devoted or as capable as say like the Ghost Peppers or something like that. They're kind of still, they have ranks, and their goons will not quite be as good as their captains and such like that.
Well, I look to Dim and Fang and kind of like, are you guys up for this? Do you think this is doable?
Around
as Jax, you kind of say like, are you up for this? You don't have time to consider the question. As you hear audio feedback from and audio feedback and electronic noise would be fairly rare, so it captures everyone's attention. It's like a squeak, a squeal, and you realize it is from a megaphone and a feedback of megaphone from outside the building. And you hear a voice calling into the building saying, "This is the Rangers," and everyone kind of like stiffens. And they call and say, "We know that someone of great importance to us is inside of that building. And we can pay handsomely for the return of this person and their property. We will give you everything on their friends' dead bodies. Return the property that we seek to us, and return the person that we seek, and you will be paid well. You have some time to comply." And the squeal feedback as it cuts out, and I roll a timer. Oh, it's a 1.
They're not feeling very patient today.
Okay. At this, the entire tavern turns and looks at you as they leave people to their own business, but they are not fools. And they see and have known, and they know that like this person, they know the slaggers, they would be able to recognize one of their own. They know the person of importance. But they all hesitate, measuring the cost of their actions. And so you begin to see them moving toward their weapons, but you haven't seen them with straight intent to kill yet. And so you have this moment of hesitation, this moment of pause. I need you all to make a charisma check as beads of sweat start working down your foreheads. If you fail, you take 2 adrenaline. If you succeed, no adrenaline taken. Target's 12.
Barely.
Okay.
Dim, nothing.
So
Nothing's
Fang.
gonna phase. Dim.
Fang is a little rattled, but all the same, you know, the Rangers don't have much patience. All of these figures turn and look toward you. As you look, you see the front door here. That is where the sound came from, the Rangers and their dire warning.
Mhm.
You know that there would be a back door as well behind the bar. And I need you each to roll initiative. And then we will begin.
Just so you know, I also failed
This is the
charisma roll.
Jax is shaken. Maybe Dim's still catching up to the situation.
Yeah, she has no idea what's going on. She just knows that the Rangers are out front being dicks, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
All right, help me out. What's the initiative?
16 if we're adding dexterity. Me at least.
Sure, we'll add Dex. Why not?
Go-
Things first.
So Fang, I got a 10.
I got a 6,
What about
so I'm
Jax?
last.
Okay. Fang, then Dim, then Jax. And we begin on your turn. Fang, it is your move. Again, these patrons of the bar have not set their intent to kill quite yet. They are still measuring the cost, trying to set their minds if it's worth assisting. The fear of the Rangers is also in their minds, but perhaps there is more than just deadly intent in their minds. What do you do?
I'm going to take out my bone knife, kind of intimidate as much as I can.
Ooh.
This-
Are you setting your intention toward one particularly, or are you threatening the whole room?
whole room, and I have a plan. So action, I guess. So how it goes with if I can look at reaction in the room.
Trying to get the whole room to back down in a situation would be difficult, but that bone knife makes it easier as you slide out the bone dagger that would be unnerving to each of them. And so go ahead and give me a straight up charisma roll against the target.
+2, so
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, so what is, I don't want to put you on the spot to have to just the right words, but what does this look like as Fang kind of steps forward with the dagger? Paint a little bit of a picture for me.
Fang taking out the dagger and just kind of going. The dagger shrugs and goes. This goes it. You to be safe, or some.
Okay.
So it's basically, if you come at me, we'll mess you up.
Okay. It's flexing. What about Dim? See Fang. Everybody kind of definitely gives pause as Fang steps forward with the dagger. What does Dim do?
What's the vibe in the room? These people are looking sort of like they might go for us, or undecided.
You, undecided, but they would all be. There are slaggers looking for a payday, so there's high motivation for them to aid in your disposal.
Gotcha.
But Fang's effect is making them think twice.
Okay. Can I double down on that, or do I need to do something else?
You can. It's your call. You can absolutely double down if you want to aid in the intimidation and get them
Yeah,
to...
I for sure do. Absolutely.
Okay.
Because the other thing that I would do is go out the front door with my axe swinging. I don't think we're quite ready for that. So, Dim is sort of leaning up against this wall on the right side so that she can see the whole room so nobody can get up behind her.
Okay.
And her axe is kind of down on the floor, like leaning up against, she's not holding it, right? Like it's sitting and leaning up against the wall. She reaches down and just wraps her one hand around the very end of the handle and looks at this dude right next to her in the gas mask, and she just goes, I wouldn't.
Okay. Go. Things may soften them up a little bit, so go ahead and just make a straight up charisma roll to see how successful you are.
My specialty. 13.
You got it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thanks,
in
Hank.
particularly with you guys kind of pointing to these move a little bit more toward the center of the room, kind of stalking a bit cat-like, but also clearly keeping their space.
I dig it.
As you kind of line up, it's the Mexican standoff, the whistle, as everyone's kind of choosing when to pull
Close-ups
their
on
guns.
the eyes.
Close-ups on the eyes, absolutely. Spaghetti Western at this
Yeah,
moment.
man, for sure.
Rutha kind of comes over to Jackson, kind of pulls on his jacket. She's like, "Look, I don't know what you want to do, what needs to happen, but just I need you to get me out of here, and we can figure it out from there." Sound like a plan?
Yeah, I would like to also get out of here alive. I didn't think you'd bring the Rangers to us right now. And you can see Jax is clearly nervous. Do you have a vehicle? Did you come here on foot? Like we got a van. I don't know where did we put the van?
So, excellent question. Your van would be parked in a garage, which was a little bit away on foot, but accessible. So I'm going to put a little card here. Your van is up this street on the map, okay?
It's a
So it's up
VW.
this direction. Yeah,
Awesome.
there it is. So it's not right there, but it's that direction. So I'm just going to put that
Great.
there as kind of an orientation, where that's kind of the direction you need to go to get to the garage.
All right. Did
Okay.
Rutha come by foot?
I don't have an answer, so let's go ahead and roll the dice and see if she would have maybe like a dirt bike motorcycle for getting in, but she
Okay.
might not even have that much. So I'm gonna roll one d6, 4 through 6. She's got a little motorcycle. She definitely has a motorcycle. We're gonna say that's also parked up in the garage.
Okay.
The way it works is kind of everybody. It's kind of like a corral where you come in and instead of leaving your weapons at the door, like kind of everybody keeps their vehicles in one spot. That's what's supposed to happen anyway. And so you guys would have followed protocol in that way.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Well then, for me, I guess, even though he's a scholar, I don't know if he has enough information on the town history itself, like architectural stuff. He's more of an art
Right.
guy, so I don't think he's going to roll
So-
scholar there.
One thing I do want to note is just to give you the freedom. I know that you are a historian and a chronicler. I've always imagined that codex that you would carry is kind of like a notebook that you could write your own notes in or have notes from others. So it doesn't have to be a historical data. If you just said like, notes on Crater Town and you like flip through your book trying to find something, or you want to, study the architecture and you could maybe something would come to mind. Like I want that to be applicable outside of just history.
Okay.
But you
Got
can also
Cool.
play the character as you will, but don't feel limited by the loot or
Okay.
anything.
That's good. I'm trying to decide if Jax is
Can
somebody
play
who
that.
would like, oh yeah, this kind of building would have like a basement and they'd have a storage. It's like, or Jax would just not care at all about any of that, be like, whatever. But I think what he'd like to do, just in this moment of nervousness, is I think he wants to go to the nearest window. If there's one, like maybe right here on the side, he just wants to like.
Okay.
Peek around and see, is it only the front that they're standing there? Is it are we surrounded? Like, are they going to shoot us the moment I stick my hat out the window?
As you look at the window is reinforced. You could, pry away the bars and get a way out, but it would take some effort to do so. And as you look out, it's as this map represents, there's a small narrow corridor and you don't see someone at the window, but it's difficult to see too far to the left or too far to the right. We'll go ahead and say that there is a window, as you indicated there, and a matching window on the far side, and those are the two windows in the room.
Okay. Oh man. Well, I think if anything, he's gonna just grab Rutha and he's gonna start sliding his way towards the bar.
Okay.
Maybe to get ready to jump over it and then slip out the back.
Okay. here. Okay. Any other action you desire to take? Would that be your turn?
Could I just like plea with the barkeep to be like, not causing any trouble, we want to just get out of here. No one has to, you can tell him which way we went. Just let us go.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
The barkeep is in the doorway, and as he comes into the doorway, he one of his hands is not visible down by his side. And as you kind of come up, it's going to be, this guy is a hardened veteran of Crater Town. It's going to be a hard charisma roll to make any impact on this fellow. So 15 or higher with charisma.
Nope, he got an 8.
Okay. Okay.
My puppy dog eyes are hidden behind my goggles.
Okay. The timer comes to 0, and crouched in through the door comes the first ranger, hooded in their camouflaged gear, low center of gravity, carrying a very high tensile, small compound short bow, iron-tipped arrow at the ready, and he comes in through the door prepared for whatever may await him as he scans the room. The barkeep steps up through the door and raises a gun. What gun is it? Excellent question. It's here. Hold. He has a small machine gun that is easier at close machine, kind of like a MP5 or so. Something you could hold up with one hand but would be a little shaky, so he kind of raises it up, tucks it in tight, and he says,
Great.
"Look, I ain't gonna have no foul business in my establishment. Take your business outside." And he's speaking to like everybody as he says this. And he looks over and he says, "Look, you there," talking to Jax. "Stuff's about to get real, and I'm gonna need a little bit of help if I'm gonna be of your assistance or theirs. What can you offer?" It's a very tense moment. The ranger's sitting there with his bow, looking at this like machine gun that's been raised. All the slaggers at this point are reaching for weapons just to defend themselves at this point. So like stuff's about to hit the fan, and he's like, "You can pay me off." What do you say?
I have an idea, but I want Jax to have authority over
Jack's
this.
the closest, and he's with Rutha. So what do you say, Jax? He's speaking to you.
Well, he has nothing of value. He has a Zippo lighter and a crowbar and some duct tape. So the only thing of value that he could offer is the briefcase that Rutha has.
Ooh.
Pretty
Steel
valuable.
net technology. Do you offer it? It's your call.
Was when Rutha expressed it to us, was that she was using that as like a safety net, or
It was not a threat.
Okay.
It was expressed to you to let you know she was serious and that she had found something big. Okay. So it was not a threat of like, "I'm going to use this against you." It was like, "Look, I actually found SteelNet. This is so rare," and it was in a bedside table. So it kind of sets up like whatever's in this apartment. It's a big deal.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing Fang and Dim are watching me, so they'll know that I hand it off, and I will leave them to decide what to do with it afterwards. But I'm gonna like.
Don't leave that up to me.
I'm gonna ask Rutha to hand it over, and I'm gonna pass it over to the barkeep.
Okay. Rutha is like, it's almost comical when she like hands it to you. You kind of have to peel it out from her hands because she's like this is like my nest egg that I'm handing over, but she's seeing how serious this is getting, and it's like a major find, and so you basically are handing over a giant gold nugget. So, are you in agreement with this?
So
I don't care. I
have a thing I can do, but I think it might work. Is I am going to use my pack rat for session.
Okay.
Take a Twinkie out of my jacket and toss it to the dude.
Okay. Now,
That's
I
actually
will
worth
say.
it, but
I will say that there is a chance that Twinkie is not significantly valuable. It's not like Twinkies
Yeah,
are
I
the
know.
same gold nuggets. So I'm going to say if it would be him, if he has a slight chance that he finds that so valuable. So I think that would be like a 6 on a d6. So like I think if you're able to pull something out, it's a chance that that convinces him and he's sold. But it's a like you are guaranteed he will fight for his livelihood if you hand over the steel net tech. What do you say?
no, that's fine. I just wanted to do that bit and see if it might work.
Do it.
Chris is gonna be so mad he missed the Twinkie giveaway.
I don't want to.
on.
It's all he wants is one Twinkie. And you just have him
Okay,
in
what
your
do you
bag.
got? What do you say, guys? Time's running
I
out.
also have a question. Could we use a grit to make it a 6?
No, not in this case.
That's fair.
What do you say?
Fair.
Need a decision. Time's running
I
out.
don't care. Dim is looking like, hey, we're gonna fight. Awesome, this is my jam. Let's go. I don't care what we do.
Hand over the steel, and then, oh gosh, I will personally leave it to chance. We're gonna do Skull is give the steel net away on my
right.
vote.
Okay, this is Fang's decision here. All right. The dice say keep it. Try to keep it. So you're gonna try to see if this guy is one of the quirky people that finds this food valuable. See what the dice says.
Do it.
Throw it
Might as
over.
well. If we're keeping
Go.
it
Okay.
anyway, we might as well.
Here we go. If it's a 6 on a d6.
Oh.
It is not. So in this moment, you consider the briefcase. I think I'll narratively spare you the decision of Rutha holds on to it a little bit longer, and you don't quite have a chance to just toss it to the guy. And in Fang, thinking like, there's a chance, he holds up a Twinkie in the air in the middle of like everybody gathering their weapons. The gun, is raised to the shoulder, and like you just see the opposite reaction you desired from this guy. This face just like who do you think I am that I would like choose that over this?
Over
And-
Steel
And he has now seen this case that you took out and knows what you have. So he turns his gun to Jax, the closest
Very
target.
good.
So he turns it over and he gets +3 to the roll. Okay, so the first shot rings out, goes wild. These slaggers, as they have been intimidated, have taken issue with Fang and Dim and are not really wanting to tussle with them. So they move in directly to Jax and Rutha. These slaggers kind of move in. +3 on Jax. Again, it's a tussle. They're scared. They're tumbling over themselves. The chaos is breaking out. The other one tries to grapple Rutha as he wants to like take her as a prize. Unable to. Well, that's right at 3. So he just now kind of gets a headlock around her and is kind of like dragging her back. So he's kind of positioned himself behind her like so, and is kind of starting to hold her hostage. But hasn't quite gotten to the point where there's a knife at her throat. He just has a good grip on her. These slaggers kind of seeing their ranger come in. They're like, well, the barkeep's on our side, on this side. The ranger's here, and these guys mean business. So we're gonna join the fight. So they kick over a table, throws a knife at Fang. Knife coming in. Oh, Fang hits +3 on the roll. Takes 6 damage as a knife cuts into your jacket as they are sitting behind an overturned table. The last slagger starts moving toward the bar to kind of get some cover in fear and ducks behind before they're able to do anything. The forager trader Blue that you guys spoke to in text RP kind of like gets in the corner like I don't want anything to do with this, and just kind of like holds his ground, and you can see he's pretty scared. Another timer of 4 is on the table. This first ranger has perhaps broken rank or gotten a little bit overexcited. And he is not quite sure what to make of the situation as all the chaos breaks out. So he starts diving in and he gets behind cover with a slagger to kind of get position with his bow. What do you do?
Whoa.
This went south so quick.
This escalated. So Fang is
Good.
time. So Fang is going to get out. So can I? Okay. Do you mind if I use a grit this turn?
Well, do you need one? Like, can you?
I am
you
at
don't even know if you
4.
failed yet.
Saying for like an extra action, so I can do 2 things on a turn.
What
I'm
do you wanna
thinking
do?
2 different things. I'm already at 4 HP. I like the idea of Fang like stitching himself up and like throwing a dagger at the same time. That's just how a visual I had.
Mhm.
That might not be the best idea.
What do you do? Time's running short. Chaos is breaking out.
So throw my dagger at the slot, like with grabbing Rutha.
Okay. Trusty
This way.
dagger. Go and give it a dex roll straight up. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. You hit, and he lets go of her as he kind of like staggers back. Go ahead and roll damage as well.
Nice.
Ooh.
Solid.
Nice.
That's 10 effort.
Rock and
That's
roll.
10. Okay, it is. He lets go of her because he is dead, and the slagger slumps over as you have pierced directly into his heart. The knife still sticking in his chest as he slumps over. The whole bar kind of like looks over and there's a moment of silence as everybody kind of realizes like, oh man, stuff just got
Whoops.
real. And everybody, like, in a cinematic moment, it shifts really quickly to each person, and all their knuckles just grip their weapons a little bit tighter. Everybody roll a charisma roll. If you fail, you take 4 adrenaline.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew eventually charisma was gonna
Yeah.
bite me in the ass. I'll take 4 adrenaline. You don't scare me.
Let's go. All right, Dim, you're up.
Who's the chuckle fuck that shot at Jax? The bartender?
Tinder. Yep. Old man with a SMG.
Not having it. Not having it. I wanna vault over the bar, and as I come down, bring my axe down on top of him.
Oh,
I just wanna like run full speed and do like a vault with one hand and the other hand come down with the axe.
That's awesome.
okay.
They'll be shooting at my friends, dude.
Okay. Go and roll it up. Yes. That's a 15, if I believe.
Plus 4, yeah, 15.
Heck yeah.
Which is okay. I gotta figure out what I have so much crap. So I get to hit him again. Let me roll damage first.
Yep. This one at a time here. Here we go.
Yeah, right. So
You may not
weapon
need more than one.
Weapon's a D6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oof. Yeah.
Also a dead.
10.
Yeah.
10 for him.
His head is halfway off as he also slumps to the ground as you kind of
Awesome.
rip the axe back out and get it ready. Now, with the attacking again, I will say that it would be something close to you. You don't get additional movement. So with you
Sure.
just one-shotting him, like, you could
Can it be-
throw something, I
Can
guess.
it be
but
this guy right behind me? Can I just
It-
come down and then like spin around?
So work with me a
I
little
don't know
bit
how
on this
far away
map.
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You basically, for close in this map, just because of how zoomed out it is, you kind of need to be
Sure.
right on top of a token.
Okay,
so he's
gotcha.
still like
So he's too far.
several feet away. Yeah.
That's fine. Yep, that's totally fine.
Okay. But yeah,
I'm cool
he's
with
down. Okay.
that. I do want to turn though and look at this this ranger over here and just kind of like raise my axe up at him like, you're next, man.
Yeah. Unfazed. He's
Don't shoot at my friends.
bring it on. Man, all right. Jax, you just saw your friends unleash hell.
That's why.
What do you
That's
do?
why I brought them
You're
along.
tangled up with a guy.
Um,
That's exactly why you brought him along.
I got one job.
So all I can think to do is I have the briefcase. The guy shot at me instead of taking the briefcase. So I want to pull that out of Rutha's hand because she probably dropped it after getting, grappled. Can I just like swing it at this gas mask guy? And I just want to like smack him upside the head with the briefcase. I imagine it's thick and heavy.
Yeah, it's like a hard pelican case kind of thing, so it would definitely leave a mark. Okay.
Ooh.
You the case, but the case slips out of your grip and clatters across the floor. We're gonna roll to see what direction it goes. If it's a 1 through
ruh-roh.
3, it's like straight out in front of you. If it's a 4 through 6, it would slide over toward Fang.
Okay.
Go out of the way.
This
So
just got
I will
real
get that pulled up for
interesting.
you. So your steel net gold nugget slides out across the floor. Again, in a cinematic moment, everybody pauses as they exactly. Thank you. So it slides out across the floor, just the other side, and everybody kind of like slows down and watches it move as they all recalculate all their decisions of like what is worth what.
All right.
Fantastic.
Can I move with Can I still move with Rutha, perhaps over the
Awesome.
bar with Dim?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or just like I swing, it slips, and I'm like, oh crap! And then we're just gonna like hop over the bar and like
Yep. Okay. You're able to get into this back room as you kind of get the
Cover.
stock, and you see different barrels of liquor and, water barrels and different, supplies where he would get his drinks. And you see the back door in front of you. Not quite able to reach it with all that. But there it is. You move a little bit farther forward. Okay. This timer ticks down. The ranger, seeing you kind of duck through and analyzing the threats and kind of what they can accomplish, is going to take a shot. And I'm not quite sure who he's going to target, so that's going to be versus Dim. So he takes out his bow and fires. The thing about rangers, they don't miss. So he is just going to roll damage on you as the arrow sinks in deeply.
I hate him so much.
3 damage as the arrow sticks in you, and he loads up another as he ducks behind the table. And
I have this like metal plate on my arm, and I bring it up, and it like sticks in it.
Yep. If you had not gotten that up in time, right in your head. Now, these 2 slaggers, in a moment of fortunate luck, I'm not just trying to pull punches on you here, but you threw a gold nugget across the floor, so they are sufficiently distracted as they start tussling with each other, saying like, no, it's mine, I'm gonna get it, as they kind of like want to make out the best in a situation. This slagger has just seen one on either side of him go down, and so he is immediately gonna start like moving toward the door, and he is like, He wants no part of this. You've sufficiently scared him as he kind of like ducks out, and the door kind of like slams behind him. So he's done.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, so Ranger, some tussling guys here. The Ranger is behind cover on this table here, and you kind of hear shouting as this guy goes out the door. You hear the shouting of others kind of coordinating, like, God damn it, why do you have to go in there so damn fast? And kind of like coordinate, like, okay, when you get together, let's do this thing. And you know that more are on the way. What do you do?
That's Fang.
Grab my trusty knife and then get to the briefcase, people? Or would that be...
If you spend all of your turn on moving, you could go over, grab the knife, and sprint over to the case and get in that tussle.
So, I'd like to do that.
Okay.
May I use a grit to actually have an action?
Up to the group, but if you guys want to if you guys want
Yeah.
to save this thing, I'll give you a chance.
Go for it.
So I'm going to burn a grit to my knife and then head to the tussle over the briefcase and make an attack on eye patch.
Okay. So are you just trying to pull the briefcase away, or are you wanting to attack?
In my head, it was attack, get rid of them as threats, and then grab the briefcase.
Okay. With you spending a grit, that's a valuable resource, so you can get all the way over there and you have an easy attack against them, so the target is not.
I already rolled while we were talking, but I'll re-roll.
Oh, I missed what it was.
It was a 14 plus.
Okay.
whatever.
1.
That counts. I just missed you rolling it. So you hit the eye patch slagger. Go ahead and roll up your damage. against them. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
It's another kill.
Second six
Probably.
in a row. Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good use of a grit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You kind of slash, and the eye patch slagger goes down. And this has afforded the opportunity with such a vicious hit for you to gain the briefcase that is now in your hands. You're able to have it, but you can't take any more movement from there.
For me,
Okay, Dim. What do you do?
It's
You just saw
far,
Fang take him
right?
out. To
It's
where?
far, right? To down here. I'd love to get to
I
the
would-
ranger, but I bet I can't.
You made it that far for an attack before. I think zigzagging across the room is why I said it would be too far for Fang to pull off that maneuver. But if you just
Cool.
want to straight up go for the ranger, you can go for that.
Yeah, I sure do. I'm not.
Okay.
I mean, even if we're going out the back, I'm not leaving Fang by himself
Right.
to go. So yeah, absolutely. I'll vault back over the bar and just kind of like as I'm running for this guy, I'm just smiling like, haha. Please
Okay,
don't miss.
roll it up.
Oh God, I knew it. I knew as soon as I got cocky. I knew it.
He ducks underneath
Only an
the
8.
thick, heavy axe as you swing it, and it slams into the table. Kind of repositions himself, arrow at the ready.
Mm-hmm,
What about you, Jax?
Can he? He's in the back with a bunch of bottles and things. Can I roll intelligence
Yep.
to see if he can remember how to make a Molotov cocktail?
You can just make one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you have anything that can light it?
I have a Zippo.
Yes. Then you can absolutely just make one. Because it would be rags, there would be bottles, there would be alcohol. Now, getting it accurately thrown is another matter.
Okay, I probably ask Ruth. There's quick, hand me that one. No, not that one. That one has more proof.
Yes.
Like the bigger number. I want the bigger number. Now that one. Then
Yes.
and
Clear.
then-
I want that Everclear. No, that Everclear.
so yeah, so he'll make one, and then he just wants to use one use of his Zippo to light it.
Okay.
And
Lit. Burn it in your hands.
and then he's gonna open the door and just, I guess, I don't want it, Fang and Dim are in the way, so he doesn't trust himself to not just there. So I think he's just gonna
Your
throw
thing,
it.
man.
He's gonna throw it at the front door.
Okay.
Okay.
That's probably
I
a
would
good
say,
spot to throw it, actually.
yeah. Again, I don't really feel the need to call for a roll on this. You're just tossing a bottle at a wall, so you're not there's not a lot of things that can go wrong here, and you would have the intelligence to create it successfully. So the thing explodes at the door, and you've now set a fire in Crater to Grave as the front door kind of covers and kind of hits the door, and then so works its way down as it's covered in flames, and the flames begin to grow. And the timer goes up by 1 as you've delayed kind of their front
awesome.
assault.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. So the fire goes up. The ranger stays on target as Dim has come near, and he is looking for self-defense at this point. So he begins moving across the room and gets as far as he can, comes back over his shoulder, fires a shot. Again, rangers don't miss.
Okay.
A d6 of damage. You take 5 more damage, Dim, as he's trying to save his own life at this point.
Ting!
So he's kind of, dodging between the tables, trying to get cover, just trying to keep you off his back as he's starting to sweat himself.
He's messing up my shield. Alright,
The-
got him.
This slagger is also kind of seeing the writing on the wall here, and
do it.
it's gonna be a coin flip as if he fights or flights. So here we go. He flees, so he's kind of backed away in the corner. He's scared. And so now it's kind of a ranger and you two in the room, and the
Smart
ranger's
choice.
not really loving his odds. And you cut
Smart
off the
choice.
door with the flame. But he's not going to back down. That's not his style. Back to you, Fang.
throw the +1. 13 hits.
Roll another
And then-
6.
Oh. So 7 damage.
Was that on the ranger?
Ranger.
Sweet.
He's got to have more than 7 hit points, though.
Yep, he's still up.
Hurts.
The knife hurts. He's alive.
Don't lose that knife. It's good. That's a lucky knife.
My
Okay.
This revealing some. One of my tricks I had planned for my thing is I can get the sharpening stone from the gear list and up it and just do that as like a free thing one session.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Bang sinks a knife into the ranger who's on the run. He takes cover behind a table best he can. What about you, Dim? Finish him off?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna come right up and just give him a good old whack.
Okay.
13. Sorry,
Same
12.
action.
It's a +4. 12. So
Okay.
still hit him. I wanna hit my axe on Fang's knife and drive it like a spike further into him. I don't like you, dude.
Yes, indeed.
Oh gosh, 9
9
points.
damage.
Math.
Okay,
Math.
he's dead. The ranger goes down.
Cool.
And now the flames grow a little bit bigger. The heat's growing. Dim, as close as you are with the flames growing, I need you to make a constitution roll. If
Sure.
you fail, you take 1 adrenaline.
Yeah,
heat
that's a
starts to
fail.
rise.
That's only 8.
When do you have?
How much adrenaline? 5. I'm up to big 5 now. In one fight. Going great. All according to plan.
Okay.
Feels appropriate.
Yeah. She's gonna go crazy and axe murder everybody before this is over.
Jax, as you there's a new silence that fills the crater to grave, and as this ranger falls and the crackle of the flame starts to grow, you hear a commotion outside, and you just make out a quick statement amongst the chaos, and you hear someone say, "Hey, they had to come on something. Go find their rig. Find it now." They are seeking out your vehicle, and you have little time to intervene.
Awesome.
6 rounds. What do you do?
Well, as he's standing at the bar, I think he notices, Fang and Dim have done their thing. There's a calm for the combat. I want to pick up the barkeep's gun, if I can.
Nice.
Good call.
Good.
You have an SMG. Go. So then that SMG comes with 3 bullets.
Very
Comes with
smart.
Does that? So that's not including the one that he shot already, right? That's just
Correct.
Okay.
These 3 are yours.
okay.
Yep.
3. Okay. I think Jax is going to be like, just yell at everybody. He's like, "We got to get out of here. That fire's getting too big. Gotta head out." And they're making for the car. Like, we gotta rush. Grab the briefcase. And he looks to Ruth. Is like, "Come on, let's go." So I think he's not gonna rush out there. He's waiting for Fang and Dim. Sorry, but you guys got to go first. But he's gonna open the door.
You
a
take a
little
look
bit.
outside.
Yeah.
You see a truck pull up to cover the back entrance. And in the bed of the truck, it is a technical, and a large machine gun is manned by the Rangers. You see them watching the back, waiting for an ambush. But you have spotted this in time where they do not see you at the door. You can close the door again before they take notice, but that is what's waiting for you at the back.
Oh, well, never mind. Okay, that's gonna be it for me.
Okay. Just wanted to make that timer aware as you were making the decision on your turn, Jax. Kind of get you thinking. But the timer for the vehicle stays at 6 as they seek out your rig and find out which one's yours and do something about it. They keep finding different ways to come in. It was delayed by a round as you took out the front door. The slagger and these guys are like, we mean no harm. We don't want any part of this, and they merely just want to stay out of the fight. And it's the fire grows bigger. I'm going to move you out of the way here, Dim, as you would have backed away from the flames. But that whole half of the building is starting to really become quite.
Before I back away from the flames, though, I am going to jam my hand in the axe wound of the ranger and grab Fang's knife and come out all bloody.
All right. I would think that would be a great moment where the slagger and the traitor here start trying to pull open this window. And so they're going to make a couple of attempts against it to see if they can break it out, because they want to survive too, and they don't really want to go toward you guys. So here we go. Oh, okay. Ooh. So they're able to help you out a little bit as they break the window. More effort is needed as their adrenaline's pumping as well, and a new exit is revealed as they kind of crack open that window and disappear out of sight. You got to work with me on Fog of War. There's more waiting. You can't see through the walls.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if we go out that way now, the Rangers have seen people escaping from that direction. So now they're gonna. By the time we get there, they might know that's an option.
Yeah.
Is Jack saying that, or are you just pointing that out?
That's just me. Sorry, Jax is still in the back room. Okay. Sorry, that was.
That's okay.
That was me just looking at the scene and commenting. I should not do that.
No, you can. I just need to know what you would say out loud, because
now
wouldn't think of that.
Right now, Jax is totally prepared. If that turret, he's trying to keep us just a peek through the door, because if that turret turns on him, he's gonna just level across the building, and he's got to drop.
Sure would be nice if we had some grenades.
Hey, I think I have a way to get rid of the turret. It's not.
All right, guys, what do you do? Bang! The window's broken open. Jax is at a strained whisper, saying that there is a large gun mounted to a truck out the back door. What do you do?
First, my knife back.
Here you go.
Yep.
House back. Okay. Also, I'm going to get rid of this briefcase. You have that on your person now, so you're carrying that Pandora Plasma Arc. 4d12 against a single target.
Here, you can.
So you just use it, and it happens.
Yeah, you can hand that off to me if you don't want to carry it. Me or Rutha.
I'll do that as part of. Can I do that as a free action, or would that be my turn?
Sure. That's free action. Go for it. You're kind of not under nobody's attacking you right now, so you can kind of coordinate a little bit if you want.
Oh,
but the fire is rising and time drain now.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
I'll look out the window.
Look out the window?
Yeah.
Okay. As you kind of poke out the window, no one is immediately in that little courtyard that you see. It's buildings that are around. Crater Town is noticing that something bad is happening. So people are shuttering their windows, locking their doors as they're trying to kind of hunker down. You hear frightened shouts of people saying there's a fire, we gotta put out the fire, and let's go. As the kind of town is rising to action, try to save the buildings, because if this catches fire, it's going to burn a significant portion of town as well. I mean, there's a lot of buildings around here. So people are kind of scrambling around as you look out, and but you don't see any rangers or immediate threats as you look out the window.
So that's out the window. What if I get to here?
Okay, as you look out there, you still really wouldn't notice all that much. You would see some slaggers, and I'll kind of throw. These are just tokens. I'm just kind of throwing out. You would see slaggers and kind of people running in a panic around town. But they're not like necessarily interested in you, and you don't see any rangers immediately.
So I'm gonna motion
You
away, and then as far as I can towards the van, whatever we're calling it.
Things out.
Me as far as you think is reasonable.
I think you'd be right in that alleyway. You just wouldn't quite be able to poke your head out yet.
Whew.
Okay.
Are we in turn order still?
You are indeed. It's the dim.
Dim, having been severely burned in a fire before, is out. We're done. So as she runs by, she's going to look over at this guy on the floor in half with his bar on fire as she's going by. Just go, should have let us out the back door, dude! And then she's going to jump out the window. Oops, I'm moving blood. That's not what I want to do.
It's alright.
I don't know how far I can get. Probably not that far, because I was all the way over
You'd be in the
here.
courtyard, solidly in the
Alright,
courtyard
cool,
there.
cool.
Mhm.
Eyes on Fang. That's it.
Did you guys tell me that you guys were going out the window?
I mean, you saw me run by.
Okay.
Like, we're getting out of here. I ran right past you.
I made a point of motioning, like, that way.
Okay, I was just in the back room,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. So, trying to
That's
guess,
fair.
trying to see what I would have seen or not.
I don't know. I'm kind of panicked because like fire is not my favorite terrain. So
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna roll a skull. Skull. He's focused on the door and just kind of like heard you guys talking. Blank is he actually like knew you guys left. Okay.
Heyo.
All right, so Ruth had probably like grabs, tugs at him and like, hey, let's go. And so we're gonna just hop out as like get to the window, and we can get ready to go.
I mean, we're gonna have to deal with the truck either way, but we might have more cover over here.
Yeah.
That guy
Okay.
looks crazy. God, these rangers. Oh wait, I moved. Wait, somebody explain to me in ICRPG how recovery works. Can you move and recover, or is that all you can do is recover? Can I do that since all I did
Yeah,
was
absolutely.
run?
Yeah, it's a solid plan.
It's a D20 plus con, or it just happens?
No, it's D20 plus con. If you succeed, you get 1 plus your con bonus.
Okay, great, perfect. So that's a 12. So yes, I get four back. Oh,
Fantastic.
it doesn't. It's moot. It doesn't go to my shield. It's temporary. I have to rebuild it. It's fine.
Though that's relevant.
New character. Who dis?
That's important.
Yeah, I can't heal my shield. I have to like find scrap as we're traveling. Okay.
All right. The building is
bar.
kind of just erupting into flames here.
Should just let us out the door.
And a group of rangers led by this figure in the front kind of moves their way around. He himself is holding a melee weapon of some brutish fashion, but these two are holding their bows, and he seems to be in command. He is going to take a look for Fang and see if he kind of spots you guys, or if they're going to continue kind of worming their way in. So he is able to see Fang immediately. He's just kind of like calling out, like, cover the sides, cover the sides. And one of the rangers actually like dashes past to be like, help cover the back, help cover the back. And he kind of sets himself up in position to kind of cover this side. So give me 1 second. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, so he would clearly be behind some cover here as he kind of ducks behind some barrels. Just wanted that to be like you can't throw a knife through those. He's kind of ducking behind, looking through the situation. But the ranger that's running up the street currently is like unaware, moving past you guys, and this guy's kind of getting into place, and so he's still out in the open as well. They didn't spot you. The leader didn't spot you. And you kind of hear some commotion, and this ranger kind of comes up and hears from the others, and they're like, "This building's going up! Like, there's no way they're in there! Look for them! Look for them!" And they start scanning around, and you hear the truck kind of like rev up. The truck has a chance of looking one way or the other, just as anyone else does. 1 through 3, it turns and goes left toward you guys. 4 through 6, the other direction. Okay, so the truck is making a scouting lap, and you guys kind of hear it leave your vicinity, but it's out of sight. And you know that you have a brief moment here where it's gone and on the move. What do you do?
Is this joined? Like, do those touch, or is that an alleyway?
It is joined. There is no alleyway there. You have to find a way through the buildings.
Gotcha.
A dagger to the upper ranger.
Okay.
Okay. But I run as far up. And
Run right past him.
Yeah.
Oh, if I can, I would like to grab my knife if it dropped. Where?
With throwing it at him, it's on the other side of him. It was thrown past him.
What? I'll set myself up in melee, and then I can't do it now, but I'll bone knife and grab my trusty knife.
I like it.
Okay. What do you? So you're
Yeah,
moving
but
toward him, just looking to close the distance.
Who? What? Oh, me?
Thing. What were you? What were you doing the last bit of your turn?
On basically that. So I'll just be in melee. I won't have another action after I throw it, unless I burn a grit, which I don't know if we want to do yet.
Yeah.
Considering it.
Okay. Okay.
Get
Going all out. Goes to close the distance.
All right. So did you say burn a grit?
I just hold off. We don't know what else Shady has planned.
Yeah, let's not burn through all our grit unless we have to.
Sure.
And timer ticks down by 1.
Okay.
My turn. Yeah. Okay. Dim, you kind of see Fang closing the distance.
Yeah, I would.
Whizzing by the ranger's head.
On another character, I might look for another way through, but I'm not on another character. I'm playing Dim, so she's gonna run after Fang. Can I get to the ranger to make an attack?
I would let you make a hard dex. You could just try a hard dex to see if you can sprint and get there, but that's a lot of distance to cover.
Can I get to anybody without doing that and to make an attack? Like if I come
Nobody
out here,
that's immediately showed themselves as hostile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he's just kind of lounging.
Yeah. Well, not lounging. Everybody's kind of running around like that. The place is on fire. I mean, they're trying to figure it out. So the town's kind of in a panic.
I gotcha. But he's not part of the like we'll kill you party that I can tell.
Yeah, he's a snagger.
Not at this point.
I'll try a hard dex. I mean.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing. There's no harm in it. Okay.
Oh.
You're getting winded. I'm gonna say you take 1 adrenaline as you just kind of like overexert yourself, and you kind of like push yourself a little bit too hard there, and you're not able to quite get there, heaving around the shield.
Yeah.
All right, Jax, Rutha is with you.
Yep.
What do you do?
Well, I think he sees Fang and Dim run off, but so far he's just gonna move up here. Can he see this leader guy?
He's behind cover, so he'd be difficult to like hit, but you can see him.
Okay, does he see me? More importantly.
I think he would if you just kind of move up into the alley. He would just be looking at you. If you try to conceal yourself, it would be difficult to see you. So if you're trying to like get behind something,
Yeah, I guess I want to be able to like we're pulling Rutha along, and the two of us are trying to get to the car, but I think him and Rutha are just gonna like go around the back and just run.
Do it.
Still.
wow. All right.
You're correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Good call.
Okay. Just using your human shields. Your bodyguards are acting like freaking bodyguards. I love it. Okay. All right. So you're just moving, putting some people between you and them. This first ranger that doesn't miss is working on Fang. Fang, you take another 3 damage as you are the clearest threat to him. This ranger sees Dim moving across the way. Another 4 damage to Dim as that ranger starts picking at you. This guy kind of seeing what's happening and you guys running out. He's like, it's them. He's like calling out and he gives a big whistle. And just it squeals across the way and you hear the truck rev up in response. And that truck is going to arrive in one more round. As he's alerted them to your presence.
We gotta go.
Truck's coming in around. Truck's not there yet. Here we go. We'll move it over here.
We just see
So truck's peeling around,
screeching down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that this guy does is, he's like kind of raises to his full height, and he points at, he points at the slaggers out in the road, and he points at you guys, and he's like, look. He's like, I'll make you a deal. You keep what you kill. And then he like points at you guys. He's gonna try to command these slaggers into the fight. So he's gonna roll a charisma roll. He gets +3 and makes it. So these guys are like, oh hell yeah, like we don't want to be up against this. So they choose their side. And these 2 slaggers come at Dim.
Oh man.
All right.
No bonuses on their rolls. So there's 1 hit that lands on you.
Yep.
And these guys are just scraping and straggling. They have tools on them, so they're just going to do a straight up D6. 4 more damage on Dim as they kind of like pile on. Like, yeah, man. And he's like, you'll be paid well. Hail Rangers. Whatever they say. I don't know. I need to think of a better thing for this guy to be
Hail
sane.
Rangers.
Who?
We're not going to go with Hail. We're going to go with the original saying of the Rangers, which is, in fact, the waste is not kind.
Oh.
And so this guy kind of gives he sees these guys like attacking and stuff, and he gives a salute with his like bone knife, and he's like, the waste is not kind, and you are getting piled at this point. The ranger backs away. He's trying to put more distance. He doesn't want to be in melee, so he's like trucking. He's like trying to move, and this guy is putting himself behind some cover, getting himself ready for another shot. Back to you guys. What do you do?
We gotta go.
I'm going to grab my knife. That'll probably be the first take in any circumstance. Grab it back, and as I'm, I guess I'll have to be slower. But as I'm getting towards the van, and I'm probably just gonna avoid attacking the ranger. But I'm gonna use my tools and like stitch myself up.
Okay.
So, nope. So that doesn't work. How far can I get to the van? Can I get to the van?
So the van's that direction, but it's up the street. So I didn't want to be like, it's not right there. It's going to be another kind of map that gets pulled up. Here, what I'll do is I'll show you guys kind of the scale. So this street is going to connect over into this. So you'd be coming up this street right here, and the van's across the way. So like 2 far moves or so, you're there.
So can I get onto this map though? The new map.
Yeah. If you're sprinting, you can kind of get your way down the street. You'd be moving past the ranger. You just would be putting all of your speed into just moving.
I will do that.
Okay. Now, one thing I want to point out as you make this decision is these buildings are not solid blocks that you can't move through. There's chances that there's doors and walls and stuff that you can be moving and kind of winding your way through. I want to point that out because you guys are getting like peppered right now with arrows, and there's about to be a machine gun truck. So I wanted to be sure that option. I didn't want that to be my head, and I didn't say it out loud. Like, if you guys want to duck into one of these buildings, like that is an option that's there for you. So, okay, you move your way up. Fang's up there, and you kind of get that view that I showed you here. So you're kind of looking up the street. No rangers or anything else that you're seeing up ahead of you. Just kind of more slaggers panicking and moving around. The garage is
that.
light.
Roll into cover. And
Okay.
Turn.
All right, Dim. Coming back around to you.
Is like if I followed Fang, I'll leave Jax though.
Oh, we'll
If I follow,
we'll catch
will
up.
you catch up on
Yeah.
your? Okay. If I follow Fang, do I sprint and then I can't do anything else, or can I take recovery? How does that work? I can move like my normal and then take recovery, or I can sprint.
Yeah.
You know,
Is that the choice?
But that's up to JD.
I'm really trying to spotlight the you got to move factor of this map, right?
Yeah.
So for me as a GM, I'm looking at it going like, you're carrying what could be a car hood and a fireman's axe, and you're sprinting down the street. So it's difficult for you to sprint as it is, let alone pull off and like catch your breath.
Yeah. I gotcha.
So I think
I'm gonna
that
sprint.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna sprint then. And as I'm sprinting,
you are an absolute beast, but you wouldn't be the fastest creature in the waste. So I think you would be able to do both.
Fair. Yeah, fair. So I that's incredibly reasonable. As I'm sprinting past past this guy, I just want to reach out and grab, like, a claw at a piece of corrugated metal and tear it off the building as I'm running by him. I gotta fix my shield later.
The shield.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say that you're able to get a bit of scrap. You get one piece of scrap put on your shield again. So also you get one HP put back on the shield. Yeah.
I'll take it. All right. Yeah. All right.
You just kind of like tuck it in, the pieces that are falling
off. Don't miss. Yeah. Fuck the Rangers.
Okay. Jackson and Rutha, you are seeing them move ahead, and Rutha is like, close behind you on your 6 as you guys are making your moves.
Yeah. So we're gonna sprint, but what I'm imagining is this car is screaming down the alley, and Jax and Rutha just kind of like dive through oncoming traffic, and I imagine the car is literally like right there, and he just like dives past and continues on as the car screams into the crossroads. So
got it.
Just barely missing, that car slamming into them.
Dope.
But
okay,
we are now running down the road with a car behind us.
Yes, you are. Okay, I need a way to like merge these maps. All right, so you guys are all sufficiently. You're moving down the street here, and what this gun does is, if you'll forgive a little bit of GM being a terror to behold, this gun is nasty, because the whole campaign you guys had, at least for Fang and Dim, you guys had this thing, and you got to be the fire hose, and now there's a fire hose pointed at you, and it works the exact same way. It is an automatic D8 of chunk damage, and it is going to pick a random target. And so here we go. So
Rutha. Pick Rutha.
No, I like Rutha.
I like Rutha less than all of us.
That's
Pick
fair.
Rutha.
That's fair.
I mean, no offense by this, but they want her alive, and so I'm not trying to be too picky here, but they are eliminating the threats here. So I'm gonna roll a d6. 1, 2 is Fang. 3, 4 is Dim. 5, 6 Jax. Okay, that's Dim.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. So it's a d8 and it's times 2.
Oh.
You take 8 damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Burn a grit, and she can like catch it, the shield, and like.
Yeah, this would be
Just that little piece of corrugated metal. This might be a good use of grit here.
Yeah.
So what this looks like is this gun is boom, 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 and he's like he's getting his aim tracked in as these bullets are like working their way up to finally hit you with one of these huge shells. Boom. Now, as this is happening, the whole alley is filled with this cacophony of noise. I need everybody to make a Constitution roll. If you fail, you take an additional 2 adrenaline.
I'm good.
So,
Okay.
Also, just out of curiosity for the grit, when you're absorbing damage, do you roll and add your adrenaline, or is it just you absorb everything?
You roll and add adrenaline. So to absorb, if she could roll a grit, and what it's a D10 plus your adrenaline that is taken away.
Okay.
You can't heal past that, so it's like if you get like a 15, it's not going to heal you past absorbing the damage, but it keeps you up on this turn.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll burn a grit. I just rolled Constitution. That was a 21, so I'm good.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling. What am I adding to this? Anything? Adrenaline.
Your adrenaline. Mm-hmm.
So D10.
So it's a D10.
Oh god, I was like, that's a 19. 6.
Yes.
That's cool. That's cool. So that's 11. Nope, 12. I have 6 adrenaline now.
So you just take it.
You absorbed all of it. Woo!
So
Yep.
it didn't hurt me at all. That's amazing.
So I think what this looks
Good
like
job,
is
team.
it kind of like Drew was saying, you hoist up your shield at the last second, and it like almost cracks your arm in half as it absorbs the blow,
Yeah.
and like pieces fly off from the shield, but it like ricochets just right as you like grit it out,
It's that
and you
sheet
are
metal
up.
I ripped off that
and-
building.
The Rangers have yet to take their shots. This guy is going to have to
mean-
roll as he is so far away. So they doesn't miss, but he gets a +6. So he's also going to take a random shot here.
That's me
And
again.
that's also
Cool.
Dim.
Bring it.
Plus
Bring it.
+6. He hits.
Yep.
And 1 damage.
Okay.
As
That
an arrow
breaks.
just slices the
That
shoulder.
breaks the crappy shield that I just made. Cool.
Okay.
I'm still good.
Okay. That one piece of corrugated metal saved your
Yeah.
life again.
That was very gracious of you to let me do that.
Okay. The captain kind of moves up, and he's like, and what he does is he goes over to this truck, and in the back of the truck, you see there's these spears, and he takes it and he throws a javelin to each of these slaggers, and he's be like, "This is your payday, boys! Like, work with me here, work with me." And these slaggers, being in his employ, have encouraged another to kind of like try to get in on the money. So another slagger comes up and he's tossing them all javelins. They're going to spend the whole turn kind of like outfitting these guys, but all of these guys are being outfitted with spears, and they have chosen their side. This other ranger pokes out, and he's going to take a shot at Fang. So here we go. He doesn't miss. 4 more damage on Fang.
Spend a great.
That will. I have 1 HP, so I have to burn a grit.
Yeah, you gotta burn a grit. We gotta get to that car.
You do. We have
It's a
one
gauntlet.
left.
It's a gauntlet.
We have one left.
Good.
One grid
So-
left.
Here
Here we go. You guys are in the. You just survived the the onslaught, and the thing's lining up for another round. What do you do? Fang?
So I'm trying to figure out if there's anything. I've already burned my pack rat. I still.
No. I don't want you to.
We're running.
You still got your pack rat. It was the first round. It was like there's a chance of failure and stuff. So if you want to do something else with that, I'm cool with that.
Keto for Chris. That's relevant. I'm going to keep that if that's okay. Be happy. So pack rat. What can I do even with a pack rat thing? The problem is I can't do much useful stuff. Not really.
We just gotta get to the van.
Yeah. To run. I just run as far as I can. If I can't, question for you actually. Would I have a canteen of water? Using it, a use of it, spend an action.
Just taking a swig. No, it'd be a free action.
So I will take a use of it.
Okay.
In 2 HP.
Nice.
And then we'll hand it to Pawn plus 1 HP per use. So for you, it's better. It'll be 4.
Are you giving me a drink?
Well, I'm gonna hand it to you so you can do it on your turn.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
And then I just bolt.
Okay. If you're just sprinting, you're already up here, so you're kind of halfway across. Now, Fang, what you see is as you kind of get, as you get closer to the garage, you see a ranger has found your rig, and he takes out his bone knife, and what you see, Fang, before anybody else does, is him sinking his bone knife into one of your tires with a loud. Now, the van is still drivable, very drivable, but he is going to continue to do damage to it as he's like sabotaging it, and he's unaware of your presence. But having this monstrosity of a truck behind you, Ranger there was flying around, and seeing that hiss is just all you can take. I need you to make a madness check as you kind of see the whole truck, the whole van just kind of slump a little bit. Now, all trucks in the waste are going to have tires that can run a little bit without all the air. You're not completely sunk, but he is doing work to your truck as we speak. Make a madness check for me. Okay. All right. You're good. Go ahead and take one more adrenaline as you see that event. But you're on your feet and you're golden, and I'd say you make it quite a ways here if you're just sprinting. So you're getting close.
One last thing I might, if we want to really make sure don't get messed up too bad, could I use and just throw my knife again and see what happens? See if I can do anything with that. So good with that?
Yeah, I think that's okay with me. DM, you okay?
Let me pull that in.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
1 second. Let me pull these guys in.
Oh, man. There goes our grit.
I forgot how stressful this game is. Is that our last grit? That's our last grit.
That's
okay.
our last grit.
Cool.
Was it?
Try not to die.
Yeah, that's our last
because
grit.
I had to use one. I had to use another one too. So we're at the grit.
Using a grit's an easy dex. Grit is a valuable resource. Easy dex to throw that knife at the end of your sprint.
Nice.
Go! Let's go!
Come on, get another 10.
Come on.
7.
Okay.
It's not gonna do it for a ranger.
He's hit squarely in the back and like slams his head up against the truck as a knife just nails him. And he turns around like he can't reach the knife behind him, and he's like turning around like trying to get his arrow ready. He wasn't ready to kind of be hit like that. He thought he was ahead of the curve. Well done, excellent use of grit. Oh, no grit left. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the not?
All right, Dem.
I'd rather than not use it. So
yeah.
Yep.
These barrels right here.
Yep.
Are they labeled?
Are you wanting them to be flammable barrels? Is that what you're wanting?
I'm just asking what they are.
Can I put barrels out as a GM once without anybody trying to blow them up?
If you would stop trying to kill us, maybe I would just run by them, but there are
I'm
people
absolutely
chasing.
kidding. I don't have the answer, so we're gonna flip a coin. So
All right,
4 through
cool.
6, they are the type of barrels you are looking for.
Crude
Great.
oil.
God
They are not.
damn it. Okay.
Apple
They're empty.
barrels.
They are solid barrels. They're still solid obstacles, but they're not filled with a substance that would be.
Son of a bitch.
It's probably strong enough to like. Huck
I was
one
just
at
gonna
the
say, can I use my strengthy muscles to like roll them so it will at least stop the truck or slow it down?
Heck yes, you can.
Okay,
That's a
I want to do
fantastic
that.
idea.
I want to do that.
Go for it. Straight
Do
up
it-
strength.
Strength roll?
I
That's a
think you got it.
12. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Nice.
let's go.
So barrel
Barrel.
scattered, and then I'm running
It's a
after
barrel
Fang. I'm gonna barrel
Yes.
roll, and then I'm gonna run after Fang.
You got it.
Okay,
Okay, these things get tossed.
dope. I'll take it, even if it slows it down like 1, just to give us some time.
Yep, that's exactly what it's doing.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's
Barrels
exactly
tossed
what I
into the
want.
street, sprinting across. Can't
Yes.
quite get as far since you took a little time
That's
with the
fine.
barrels.
Yep, fine. No worries.
Okay.
I'm good with
Okay,
that.
Jax. You're seeing Fang, clear the way, throwing his knife. Man, that knife is doing some work tonight.
Yeah.
And then you see, like the barrels just get spread across the road, dust getting kicked up. The Rangers having a hard time seeing. The truck's move his way down. You hear the guy yelling, "Get those barrels out of the way now!" They're all moving and pressing toward you.
They're
What do
fine.
you do?
He's just gonna
They're
keep
fine.
running with Rutha. He's hoping to get to the motorcycle, get her in the car, do whatever. He's got
Okay.
his motorcycle helmet, getting ready to put that on. Actually, he probably left it in the car.
Okay.
He's looking.
All
I
right.
gotta get my helmet.
Here we go. Getting ready, moving through. Getting about the same distance here. Okay, now you disrupting the Ranger in his task and doing some solid damage is gonna prevent him from just continuing to wreck your car. But that does mean that he is now on the attack. So he just got hit with a knife. He's gonna throw an arrow back at you, and again, Rangers do not miss. A D6 coming at Fang. 3 more damage at Fang. Are you still not down yet? Good lord.
He just went down.
I just went down.
Woo!
He
You're
just
a
went
porcupine, man. The arrow's in you. You guys are doing awesome.
It's not a gun.
Man,
Is that
doing awesome.
Shit.
Okay.
zero?
Really?
So we need to deal with that.
All right. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Figure it out.
Come up and just run.
Yeah, I gotcha. That's kind of my wheelhouse. Your knife sticking out of that guy's back. Good.
So, there we go.
Nice.
It's a little pleasures. Okay. Fang is down. He is bleeding out in the road as he's, kind of takes his last gasp there, but
I'm sure he's
not
fine.
dead yet.
Come on.
I'm sure he's okay.
And
I read.
it is, in fact, Fang's turn, so I need you to go ahead and roll a dying timer there for me, Fang.
I read a tale while he's rolling that. I read a tale of a great warrior. His name was
Let's
Boromir.
go.
Nice. Oh no.
Who withstood multiple arrows in a final stand.
Yes.
Peppered with arrows.
He's just catching. He's just resting, guys. He's just resting. Woo. Here we go.
It's a dirt nap.
It's a dirt nap. All right, let's go ahead and give me that D20 roll. See if you pop up.
Natty 20. Natty 20 right here.
Let's go.
Oh,
Damn it.
that would have been awesome.
Close. Okay,
Trying to help.
here we go. Goes the dim.
Trying to help.
Just saw
All
Fang
right.
go down. Another arrow flying.
Question.
And
He
the
just-
truck's coming next round. You delayed
Yeah,
everything. With
I
the barrels, you
gotcha.
delayed everything 1 round. So
Fang handed me this canteen full of water that I did not
Yes.
drink. Can I pour it in
Mhm.
his mouth, or is that like he has to be awake to drink it? He probably should have
Excellent
to
question.
be awake to drink it, right?
I would say if you use the water, it will not get him up, but it will stabilize him.
I'll do that.
That's my middle ground. That's my
Yep.
middle ground. So
I'm gonna just
it'll keep
run
him
up
from dying.
and splash water on his face and just like throw him over my shoulder, fireman carry, and get as far as I can.
Yes. Oh, what a badass! I love it. Okay, you're moving with his body, and
Great.
you're pretty much to the garage at this point.
Love
You're
it.
barreling down like a bat out of hell on this ranger.
Is there any more in that canteen? Was there 3 of
There's
them?
one.
There's
one
one
loose
left. Okay.
One left.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I might go down when the ranger shoots me, so there might be 2 of us.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Jax.
So Jax is going to run into the garage, and he is going to just raise the gun and shoot it.
Oh, kill him.
Yes.
That'd be dope.
Let's go.
Okay,
Come on.
SMG, so close and near are easy. Am I
Please,
near?
God.
Easy.
Okay. So he's got a +2 to his dex.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh.
No, he is not a
Man.
shooter.
We don't have any
Ruth,
grit
have an
left.
action. They have an action we can use.
Retha's useless.
She's carrying that case.
We should leave her and the case. I don't care about the case.
What about the case?
Mm.
Leave her
All right,
ass for
man.
these guys.
The bullet is so close it pierces a hole in the hood, but just misses your target, and the casing clatters to the ground as the ranger kind of turns and sees you wielding this gun.
Smoke
And he's
barrel.
a vengeful sort. Vengeful sort. And for the first time, takes aim at Jax. 6 damage on Jax as an arrow slams into him.
Okay.
Please God.
Ranger takes off after that.
Not the knife. Not with the knife.
Yeah, Fang. Fang, you're gonna
Knife
lose
in
your
his
neck.
back. The barrels clatter out of the way as you hear the captain yelling to go, let's get this moving, let's get the show on the road, got no time, come on, they're right there. Truck pulls into view here.
Oh, good.
Go! Man,
I'm the
I
only
can't
one
pull
out
my
here,
punches,
baby.
guys.
I'm the only one out
can't
here,
do it.
baby. Let's do it.
Carrying your comrade, the gun is around. You are the only clear target. 8 damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Slams into you. Both are down in the dirt. Oh, I really wasn't going for a TPK here. I think you guys can pull it out.
You.
What
The
you got?
TDK thing. I think we can maybe get out, but who knows?
Woof.
We'll see.
Okay. Rangers on the run. That gunshot was it. They're all kind of piling out, seeing their payday as the bodyguards have ate the dust. Fang is stable, but unconscious.
Can he,
So,
Yeah.
Fang, you... I really like how Altered State handles this, where you can roll con to get up once you're stable. So I'm going to let you go ahead and roll con against the target to kind of get up with 1 HP.
Nice.
11 or more. Because I have a +1.
Here you go. You're
Nice.
up.
Good.
Beautiful.
You
1
see
HP.
next to you Dim, and you could do the same thing with the water to kind of stabilize her if you desire. But yeah, you see next to you your comrade taking a gunshot. He's down.
Use the water to
You're up.
stabilize and drag Dim into the van. You
Can absolutely do that. I think that would be an easy strength to get her all the way in there, as you are carrying not just her, but junk shield and all that, and you're on 1 HP.
Easy strength.
But it's a easy strength. It's going to take some effort. It's not automatic.
Nice.
There you go.
Woo.
There you go. Okay.
Phew.
Bang. Holding one and dragging them with the other, loads up in the van.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're still down, but you're loaded up. Dim, I need you to make a dying timer roll. D4, please.
Well, I'm stabilized, right?
With the last use of
Oh, yeah, you're stabilized. Yep. So go ahead and make a con roll to pop back up.
Con roll.
Oh,
No.
That
Yay.
tracks.
Yep. You're no longer stabilized now, Skip. That's just what it is. There's no further penalty. You were just
the water
not-
drowned me instead of stabilizing.
You lose a turn and a crucial turn at that, so that is enough. All right, Jax, you see Fang load up. Rangers are closing in for the kill.
I mean, I did get shot in the back with a 50 caliber gun, so.
Yeah.
so Jax is hurting. He's got an arrow sticking out of his shoulder or something. He knows not to just like snap it off yet. He kind of looks to Rutha, who's not been the most help up till now, but he's like, "What? Give me the briefcase."
Shove her out the back.
Yes.
And so he's gonna set it down like he's hiding behind the wall. He's gonna set it down, click open the briefcase, pull out whatever she found, and spin it up.
Vaporize these mofos.
And he's gonna let loose on the car.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Oh man, where is it? I have the perfect token.
Who's our driver,
one's
by
been
the
too much-
way? Who's driving this train?
Damage.
Well, no one's
Anybody?
driving it so far because he just pulled you
Well,
into the
right.
car, but it's not my
Right,
car.
right. I mean, typically, it's not mine either.
Kane, I've got
I feel like
my stuff buried in here, and I can't find it. There's that little 2-minute tabletop, the electric dungeon trap token. Do you have that on hand, like the lightning bolt?
Yeah, I can do that.
Toss that in there for me. Thank you. I was like, oh, that's somewhere in here, but it won't take too long.
Nope, you're good. I got it.
More fire.
Preparing for what's to come here. Okay.
Is that coming out of the
Thing
gun?
just- So, what?
What?
My inspiration with this, what I imagine in my mind's eye, is the electric zap gun from District 9 that just turns people. They just explode. I don't know if you've seen that movie or what that looks like, but it's just this big electric arc, and then it's just whatever's there is gone. It's just not there anymore. Vaporized. So what this is going to do is unleash an automatic 4d12 against the truck, and for sure it's disabled, but it's just a matter of how terrible it inflicts it. And if I think let's make it interesting. If you get over 20, it's gonna expand the effect to those around it and just nuke these guys.
So 4d12. Am I technically rolling ultimate in this case?
Yes.
So would I roll a +1 at the end of the 4d12?
At the end of the form. Yeah.
Okay, so I just get +1 to the end of all of this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
First one.
Come on.
Ooh.
Okay.
2,
Oh,
10.
Okay.
All right, so I need at least a 7.
Yep.
Yay!
Nice.
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
So there's 24.
total?
Okay.
24.
There you go.
Beautiful.
All of you
Sure.
seen this thing unleashed. I need you all
Well,
to make a madness check. All of
I'm
you just
unconscious, so.
Okay, you don't make one.
I'm gonna
good.
use
Jax-
that to my advantage.
Jax makes one.
I have a lot of adrenaline.
Okay. You guys hold your cool, but the whole town kind of, there's this electricity in the air, the lightning's about to strike, and then out of this glass cylinder with the spirals comes this big arc of electricity, and the whole air smells like ozone, and it's just everything smells like it just got burned. Your eyebrows are singed. It's just this, this crazy arc of energy goes out and hits the truck, and like obliterates the truck. It explodes, like shrapnel's hitting those around it. Like everyone's just down on the ground. You didn't necessarily kill everybody, but they are like knocked out. And like the strength of this effect, and the captain for sure is like ashes at this point. Who was
Thing
like
was in somebody's nightstand, just unsecured. Wow.
Burglars. Self-defense.
They were probably expecting like a
Wow.
Terminator hiding under the bed.
Nuke!
Amazing.
Avalanche nuke!
I just found this in a nightstand. Blows the whole city away.
This ranger disappears into the alley. Truck is the knife as well.
No.
One lives to tell the tale. And we come back to you guys.
Alright, we gotta get in the
My
car.
plan. Driving, but you ruined my plan, which was I was gonna drive. I was gonna grab the knife out of the dude's back as we were driving.
That would have been cool. That would have been cool. I'm just having a little nap. I'm chilling.
Still
So we
electricity crackling around the carcass of the truck. Things are silent. The smoke of the
Oh my God.
tavern rises in the distance. You know, a couple of blocks away. The town frantically works to put out the fire, and you move your way in your van
Bananas.
out of town, working your way through the crowd, the panic crowds. A downed dim in the back of the truck.
Hmm.
Oh man.
But soon, Dim is kind of brought back from the brink with some help, some doctor's tools as you kind of bump along down the road. Make your way out of town to a safe distance enough where, you know, people are going to have to work hard to find you. And then you have to decide, what do you do next? If you want time to think about it, we can make this kind of like text RP or whatever, but I thought this might be a good, like, you know, help me prepare and just kind of like, what are the options? So feel free to ask me if you got questions. I truly don't have anything prepared after this. And so it's kind of like, what do you guys want to do with what you had?
Well,
You're going to have another teammate joining up with you, so
Yeah,
keep that in mind.
I feel bad for Chris, but I'm gonna have to trade my Twinkie for another knife.
All right, if you get to the town, you'll be able to pick something up. But so far, not enough. You're out in the wild.
And it isn't a medium priority. Get a knife for me.
Get a knife.
Are we heading towards town? Like, is that
Way.
sort of the... Well, he just said
I
if you
think-
get to town.
I do have to go back into town and figure out the apartment situation.
yeah, it's
Apartment that we got the thing from the bomb from the nightstand. Code for that vault.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's a long
I
ways.
mean, we barely got out.
Yeah, but can you imagine?
Maybe just to give a little bit of kindling for the fire. I think a couple of options that are before you are you could definitely investigate the apartment, try to get to that vault. You don't really know what's waiting for you, but you could maybe seek out more information, try to get, if there's a ranger's camp, try to seek out, you know, maybe getting some info from, get a ranger, interrogate him, kind of thing, get to the
Sounds like
apartment.
fun.
Another option is trying to rally some allies of some kind. You could probably find some people that would be sympathetic to your cause, and we could work that out. But you could kind of like try to, you know, seek out other help, seek out sanctuary. But again, time passes and they're working their way into the vault. Rutha, I think it would make sense that Rutha had a place to hide out, so she would kind of have like a safe house where you could kind of go and get patched up, and that would kind of be her spot. And she would be able to kind of resupply a little bit, and so you could kind of have a little bit of a home base with her safe house. And from there, she would be able to, you know, help as a slagger would be able to help. So her skill set would be available to you and kind of her resources. But we'd work together. I don't have all that written down. It'd be figuring out what exactly that would look like, fitting with the fiction. So that just to spark some ideas. This is all in your hands of what you want to do. I just didn't want to overwhelm with like, you can do anything. It's not always super fun either.
Well,
out of character, are we for sure going for the vault? Like, that's kind of what we want to do?
for me, I sit back and say, as Jax, he doesn't want to get involved in a war with the Rangers, but I struggle to think what could be done if the Rangers get a hold of whatever is in that vault.
Mm-hmm.
If this is what was in the nightstand, like you said, and the Rangers get a hold of the vault,
right?
Like,
if that's like the gun in like personal security stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
In the vault.
What would they have secured then at that point? Like,
but I also don't
way
think
better.
that there's not really going to be anybody who's going to rise up against the Rangers. We're not influential people. We can't rally an army. I feel like I don't want to be a hero here, but I feel like the only way to do this is stealth our way in, go in through the subway, the sewers, do something.
Yeah.
Get to that apartment, get in, get out, and be gone. But
yeah, that could be a
The
plan.
Rangers-
I'm sure there's another way in.
So
So this would be an area Rutha would be able to help a lot with navigation of kind of moving through the room, where she's dove in many times, and so she'd be able to get some back alley ways in. Saving her life would grant you a lot of help in that regard.
Fair enough.
the other thing is at least I think they probably only have a base around this apartment set up, because it was mentioned that it was so crickety that like no one went in. It might be they send a person in at like a time, or like a team time. So it's not going to be like it's not going to be a dungeon. It's going to be like, if we can get in that apartment, we're probably safe.
yeah.
Find us out. I think we stay in Crater Town.
I think we got to get into. I think the only place that I think is going to be the safest for us, because the Rangers are, now that they know what we have and what we did to them, they're vengeful. They are going to hunt us until we're dead. They're not going to stop. So I feel like the last place they're going to look is the ruins. So maybe if we get
We stay in Crater Town. That's my impression, but
so stay in Crater Town, not the ruin.
messes with your head. And like Crater Town's a ruin, which is. Let's go to Ruth and say that's probably the quickest, simplest answer, and we figure that out in text RP if we need to. What exactly we'll do.
Yeah, I think if we could find some back way in, like through a tunnel underground, that would be the best method to get into the ruin. May take some.
Yeah, that would be a lot better.
Yeah, we may have to research it. We may have to hunt down. Like Rutha may know it, but maybe there's other people who have other ways in. Not everything is privy to everybody.
Right.
And then if worst comes to worst, you guys can take care of them, and hopefully we can grab Figurin, who is off doing errands for this little venture.
Maybe he has a better knife. Better knife.
Yeah.
Without the throwing knife, but it'd be nice.
No. I think that would be my game plan, is let's find a way into the ruins. Whatever that means, whether it's like literally just going into the ruins or finding somebody who knows a special way to get in.
So just to give some orientation
Ruth
too,
does.
Yeah.
you guys were here where the big number 4 is in Cratertown. That was the area you were in. So you'd be moving your way into the ruin, which is this abstract map. But just to kind of give a little bit of a orientation in the world, you'd be moving from the outskirts and in. And it was fairly deep into the ruin that you found this apartment. So it's going to be, you're looking to find a back way in, see if there's someone that can assist in that. And then finding that back road, allowing you to kind of like have a stealth option into the apartment and kind of do more of a heist type situation.
The apartment is in Cratertown.
So Cratertown is the trade center that's out here in number 4, right?
Yeah.
The ruin is like this big crumbling city, and so just that I didn't want to get like too technical in language, but just so we're on the same page.
Gotcha.
That's so you'd be going into the ruin to find like this,
I gotcha.
rickety apartment building where she found the vault.
Okay.
Okay, so headed that way, trying to get that open before the terrible things are unleashed within and the Rangers get their hands on them.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Whatever monstrosities
Okay.
are in that vault.
Sounds like a plan to me. I can work on a journey into the ruin. That sounds like a great time.
How does we're kind of in downtime now. How does healing? Is there a way for me to like not be on death's door, or do we pick up next time? Like
No, I'll some time shall pass. See that hand right there? Some time shall pass. So you'll have a chance to get rid of the adrenaline, kind of start fresh.
Okay.
Going into the next session.
All right.
That may be different once you're in the ruin, as there's just less available to you, and it's a bit more of like you're kind of out in the wild again. But I think what we'll have you do is come back to Rutha's safe house, and she'll kind of like resupply, kind of get you guys ready with stuff to go to dive in.
Cool. That sounds fun.
Oh,
Sounds fun to me too. Sound fun?
Mhm.
Right? I think so.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And with that, we call it a session, everybody.